Good evening. Wait a second. What is this doing for me? Okay. I am hoping that I have commenting available. Just go back here. Did you see Mike is doing a wipe down?
Always clean.
Yeah, always cleaning. I'm just trying to see if I can get, okay, I'm hoping I'll get comments. We're being particularly conscientious because we're going to be working with ink tonight. And ink isn't hard. You just have to be careful that you don't get it where you don't want it. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Michelle, and this is my sidekick, Mike. And we are going to, you can put that in the I kick her, kick them in the side, yes. I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture. And if you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, you obviously have not been on my Facebook page because shame on you. I've been doing lives almost every day during the quarantine to keep sanity and hopefully entertaining the tens of the people who've been watching us. As I said, we're going to be working on an ink project tonight. And I have a banner that's one of our Chalk Couture banners. And for those of you, again, who aren't familiar with Chalk Couture, we are a DIY home decor company that we make transfers that are reusable. They have an adhesive back, and they're reusable at least up to 100 times. Yeah. I wish, yeah. A dozen times. And if you take good care of it, you should get long life out of your transfers. So I will be giving tips on how that works. So if you are interested in learning more about Chalk Couture, about how to become a customer, or whatever, and you don't have a designer, I would love to be your designer. I'd love to work with you. I try to take really good care of my customers. So, hey, if you come in, please say hi so I can acknowledge who you are. I can't always see who's there, but thank you for joining. So tonight, like I said, we're working on a large banner, this big canvas natural color fabric is going to be our surface for tonight.
You're looking very pixelated.
I'm looking pixelated. That might be because of oh, now it's getting, I hope we're okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is the way the banner works. We have string, you tie it a knot through the back, and you hook it in there. You do the same thing on the other side. Your finished banner will go in here, and voila, with magnets, you do this to the top and the bottom, so it the weight keeps it smooth. And then we sell refills, so you can change up your banners and not have to buy the hanging apparatus every single time. And this is another way to store, if you have a problem with storage, this is another great way to have something that it's going to be permanent, it's washable, it'll be heat set, but when you're done with it, you fold it, you roll it, you put it in a tube if you have one or in a safe place, and easy peasy. Tonight, I teased that we're doing Under the Sea, and I'm going to be working with 3 different transfers. And why am I working with 3 different transfers, Mike? Do you remember?
You just like complicated things. No, it's transfer palooza. If you buy 3, you get another one free.
And that's for every 3 that you buy, you get 1 free. And that ends tomorrow, the 31st, midnight Mountain Time. So that's 2 hours difference from us. So we get an extra 2 hours on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. So the transfers I'm working with, 2 of them are big ones. So I have them over here behind Mike. And like I said, I'm using different components of the transfer. And this one, I'm just using the waves. But this is a beautiful transfer called His Love. It's mightier than the waves of the sea is His love for us, Psalms 93:4. I will be doing this transfer at one point, but right now, I just want the waves. And I didn't bring the tape up. I'm just going to have to be careful and avoid my lettering in there. So normally I wrote on the back.
While you're setting up, I'll grab the tape.
Okay.
Where it is.
We've been out of tape from the company for a little bit, and I don't have any washi tape, so I only have painter's tape. And I have to be careful with the painter's tape because I don't want to distort my transfer. So my transfer, normally we fuzz it because we want to take some of the stick out of it, the sticky stuff, and that's why I wrote on the back of it, because we have a sticky side and we have a paper side, and I just need to go down far enough to allow for the bar to go on there. And you want to be able to, you want to make sure you put your transfer back on. This is sliding on me. I'm just trying to get it somewhat centered. I'm trying to center it, and I'm realizing that waves aren't centered on the transfer. Okay. Again, this doesn't have to be perfectly centered because waves don't come perfect, that's for sure. I'm just making sure this would be going here. So I think I'm just going to lower it just a smidge more. I hope everyone's having a good day. What have you been doing since you have been trapped indoors? If you're not essential personnel, what have you been up to? How have you been occupying your time? I'm covering this. I'm just going up to here. Yeah, because it's going to be.
I thought they were coming over the work. So.
No, that would be too much.
Too much tape.
No, well, I can still use in case I get crazy. So, like I said, we do pastes and we do inks. I was going to do the dark on the wave. And I do need my squeegees. I'll pull them over here. I'm trying to make sure I'm in.
My OCD is kicking in.
What?
When you fix this, you'll be happy.
I'll be happy.
You'll be
happy. People want to see what I'm doing.
There we go.
What are you doing?
You want your wave to end the same way it starts. I think you want it to go all the way. Just work the
Why? Why?
Why?
Because you have OCD.
Because we love you.
Well, yeah, but you're covering up my wave.
You're getting ahead of it.
You're getting in front of me. Yeah, I'm sorry, people.
Just about there. There you go.
Should I do this the tide instead for the wave? Oh, you know what I forgot? My ink mat.
Keep it flat.
To keep it flat and to protect my surfaces.
See, it's a good time. It's a good thing I did that. Huh?
Yeah.
Gave me time to think about it.
Yep. Whatever you need to tell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to move. Well, I have a smaller ink mat that I can use to do the rest of it if needed. So I was thinking of doing the tide for the wave instead of the cadet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only difference with me with I'm sorry, scratching my nose here, with ink is we really want to make sure it's stuck down. And my husband's going to get in my way yet again. Ink your arm?
Why?
Okay. So when you're inking, you want to go one direction. And you want to go above the opening of the silk screen. And the reason, I mean, you can go up, down, and down, up. But people who've been doing this longer than I have, and I'm trying to be careful not to get crazy and overstep or overrun my transfer, is that they say what happens that they've experienced. Yeah, I just got some on my finger. Good thing I put my hand there. Going in one direction helps not pull at the transfer, and that's where people seem to feel that they get a better chance of creating a bubble, and that would be that's sad because you get a bleed in there. Now I'm just trying to navigate around the tape, yes.
The waves, they don't have to be perfect.
I know, that's what I was saying.
They have to be some.
Oh, somewhat perfect. Perfect according to Mike. I'm just trying to see. Now I'm going to pull it up slowly. And when you pull it up, you want to do it from the middle. There we go. Okay, gonna pull that out. Normally I take my transfer completely off, but this sucker's so big, it was easier to keep it on. Now, I'm still gonna be using, now I'm just checking, I should have mentioned before I took it off, is that you not do that. Apparently, I had some on my finger. Now, that might not matter.
It might get covered up.
It might get covered up, but I am going to try to make it worse.
That's easy to do.
I know where my octopus's head is going. Okay, so I'm using our, yeah, it'll be fine. That's about where I was putting the octopus anyway. But that's what you need to be careful of. Now, with a big transfer like this, another tip is,
Fill your tub.
yeah, fill your tub. But you want to pull the backing paper, because I just did a big transfer on Friday night, and I did it this way, and when I went to lay it down, I still messed it up by having it flip on itself. So, these are very, very sticky. So I'm going to carefully, I feel like slowly like this. Wow, okay, good. Okay. I'm going to,
Close that.
no, because I'm on fabric. Just make sure I get that little bit. Now, I'm not going to be using the words on this because I'm trying to make it more under the sea. And I'm trying to determine, I may move them over a little bit. But I still want to cover my stain. Now I'm going to get creative with my, I've done this with paste, but I haven't done it with ink. So it's blending. And I'm off the board. So what I'm going to do is have Mike pull this down, help me, or not. He's kind of got his hands full. I'm going to pull this down.
Just want to get that transfer, please.
Making sure my feet all the way down onto the board.
You're not using the words.
No, no, but I am going to use some tape.
Covers that whole thing.
Yeah, hopefully. Famous last words. I'm just going to, I love this transfer. I just haven't had a chance to use it because it's such a big transfer. You need the right surface for it. And I've had other stuff going on with it. So that's the way it's been. Okay.
The pillowcases are 18.
Yeah, this would fit on the pillowcase, and the coral would fit on the pillowcase.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm going to do is, I guess I will use my stir, even though I don't need to stir. Or paste, you have to stir. Now, I'm going to do the eyes, making sure they're in kind of a solid color, because I want them to be distinguishable and not just look like something really, really scary. And this is a big transfer, so I'm trying to make sure I get stuff all over. And I'm really trying to focus on the open part. But when I did this the other day, I kept, because once you mix the colors, you can't reuse them. And I kept using more paste than needed. And it's hard to judge, because a little of this does go a very, very long way. I'm going to do a little more body, and I can come back. And I'm doing the darker around the edges, just to make it pop. And the thing is, you can do paste on materials, on fabrics, because if it's something you're not planning on washing
or getting wet,
then you don't have to worry about it. It's just, to me, our ink is so nice. Can I go back? I was making sure I was on the right page. Our ink, once it's heat set, is so, so nice. It's soft. So I just don't know how fabric and paste, if you have to roll it or fold it up, how it goes. I'm gonna add a little.
the ink doesn't dry as fast as the paste does.
Yeah, so you have a little more
time to accomplish that.
Yeah, I'm going to start spreading this and see where I stand. I'm supposed to use my finger, but I'm not, because I don't want, I'm just going to kind of swirl. Usually you spread it some with your finger, but that's the paste. Yeah, I'm going to need more paste.
Ink.
Ink.
You used to work on it.
Yeah.
I might be able to take from one spot.
That's what I'm hoping. But you also have to be concerned with making sure, because the fabric you're working with can vary, and make sure I don't go up too high, and can be absorbed in faster than other areas. And this, I don't know if you can tell from the silk screen, it's a very detailed silk screen. But I'll be using,
more ink as you're going.
yeah,
What color to go out there?
I guess the medium and the light. color, you can put a little dab. Just make sure you don't drip. And this turns out, like I said, I've seen people do this and it turns out beautifully. I love this is referred to as marbling or affectionately the hot mess technique. Two-man job here. But it doesn't pull up like that. But I can pull it up and check on it. I just want to make sure I have an even amount done before, that I don't have to lay it back down. Yeah, well, there's, okay. Oh, you got on. Oh, that's paint. Oh, I thought we got on there. That's the painter's tape. See, that's the problem with, but this thing is so darn sticky. I'm not worrying about bubbles at the moment. I need some more. Just making sure I don't cross-contaminate my paste. Think, you know who you are. Is are your hands clean? Sliding down. So I'm going to put some more in there. In there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to pop them in the comments. And as you come in, don't forget to say hi. I know this just looks like, what the heck is she doing? This is a hot mess. I'm just going to try to get this smeared around. And it's, like I said, it's applied pretty much the same as paste. You do have more time for drying because our paste dries faster than our ink. There's a itty bitty tentacle there. The problem we run into is in this lighting, sometimes you can't see. There's a little bit of a glare. Let's see. Okay. Try to make sure I'm putting it back in the right spot. I think after I get the upper half covered, I may be peeling it back. And then you'll get a sneak peek of what this technique is all about. Is that covered? Up there.
Hard to tell if it's glare or
No. Lost it up here. I'm just gonna have Mike pull it up because I have ink on my fingers. And just wait, stop a second. Just move that. Just go to like here. Oh, the head's not. Or I guess that's supposed to be there. Oh, put it back, the tentacle. There's. Oh, is that the way the tentacle's supposed to be?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so.
Okay, you can pull back a little more. Okay, the eyes are distinct. That's good. Okay, now you can lay it back down. Thank you. I just don't want to be pushing up on it and smearing the ink. But wasn't that cool looking? Hitting those spots. And yeah, eyes not done.
I can't tell if you can see it or not.
Well,
Just
I mean,
pointing it
I
out.
didn't. Boy, these things are so fine. Don't know why it is. It's again, it's your fabric. Um, you want to. It absorbs at different rates sometimes. Is that a bubble? Trying to do it in some kind of grid. Pardon the top of my head. But like I said, Mike and I were saying, we have our transfer palooza going on, and we also have a special for people who are our Club Couture members. And for those of you who do not know what a Club Couture member is it is our subscription box plan that you get a project every month. You get an exclusive transfer. You get coordinating paste, and other people cannot buy it unless they are a. Whoop, I got this dirty. I want to make sure I don't put it back in. Um, only designers and Club Couture members get these exclusive packages, these exclusive transfers, and the nice thing about it is it's only $19.99 a month and it's free shipping. You just pay your sales tax. And once you're a Club Couture member, you get some perks. We have specials throughout the year just for our Club Couture uh, people. And that will be um, like what's going on right now. We have 25% off our storage, store in a door program it's called. And that's a nice savings. And we also have our Club Couture members have a discounted shipping for things they buy that, outside of the free shipping on their monthly subscription box. Let me see if I go over and go over it. It's like it's resisting.
Sometimes it gets absorbed down.
Yes. Can you see anything?
This is excess there.
So our customers get a flat rate of $6.95 shipping US, and then I'm gonna put that in there. And then our Club Couture members get $4.95 shipping. I don't want to touch it if I don't have to at the moment. I'm holding the bottom. Isn't that cool? I'm just gonna wet my fingers to get the ink off. He's gonna drop that in the tub because that's a big one. Now, if I remember, here it is. This is I have a smaller board, ink pad, or ink mat, I should say. This is turning out so neat. I did cut this apart. I think what I'm going to have to do is do this upside down. Or Mike, can you take that off? I just don't know if this is going to be big enough. I don't want to lean against it. Okay. I have another piece here. Just to be sure. And I just have to make sure that I put the things on the right upside down.
Well, you're not using the words.
No. I'm just trying to, what do you think, like that?
Yeah, I don't know if that far over.
Over this way or
This way.
that's what I'm saying. Like that?
Put the other one down too.
Yes, I know. I do not. And my starfish. Let's see.
Reminds me of the old adage, man says something in the woods, is he still wrong?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Does that angle look good? I want it to be complimentary.
I don't think it matters.
For the starfish. Okay, now we're going to have to tape off the words. Right here.
Are we done with the blues?
Yes, we're done with the blues, so I will tape
those. Get stuff all over.
I'm trying to be conscientious and not lean against the octopus. I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. I'm just going to play it safe and cover this part entirely. With,
Two fairly long projects Friday and today.
well, Sunday.
Or Sunday.
Yeah, we did a really cool project yesterday that took some time, but it was worth it. But like we said, the nice thing about Chalk Couture is you don't have to do big projects. You can do simple ones. You can do ones that last 5 to 10 minutes, stuff to do with the kids. I'm going to turn on my heat press. That's a nice thing, you know, it can be a very satisfying, instant project. This one, because it's such a big surface, I didn't want to waste it.
Well, even on a project like this, you could do the octopus and then come back and do the other things later.
Right.
Break it up.
Now I'm using our papaya and our bark for the starfish. Trying to be conscientious and not flop it over. Like I said, I've mixed pastes, but I haven't mixed inks. So I'm happy with the results. But see, this one I put too much. I have a paper towel, please. Thank you. Get this excess off. It's just that octopus is such a monster. What was it, those horror movies with the giant octopus?
Oh, I don't know. They got names for all those things.
Yeah, that's what this guy is. Let's put this up. Then we don't want it to spill. We're going to do it slowly. Oh, it looks nice. Let me just wash this. I like this size. Transfer or squeegee. Then the biggest thing you have to do when you're working with fabrics, no matter if it's paste or ink, it's just making sure your hands are washed. And we've been doing a lot of that. I'm sure you have too. Hello. How are you? I can't always see people's names, so if you say hi, I'd appreciate it. We're working on our ink project. It's our octopus, our under the sea. Just making sure my hands are clean. And we're blending inks. This is new for me. I've blended pastes before, but inks, I knew it was possible. I just have not done it. And this is our large banner. And the nice thing I was saying earlier, a banner is it comes with the way to hang it and suspend it, to weight it down and all. Oh, hey, Kristen. But you can buy the refills so you can just have your banner put away for the season. You can do holiday or seasonal. I don't know how well it would do to ink on the front and the back. I think you'd have some shadowing. I'm trying to be careful not to run this onto the fabric. Did my thing turn on? No, I'll push the button. Hit the button again. Why is that? Can you see if it's plugged in okay? It's that first outlet that seems to be an issue. Oh, that turned out cute.
What is supposed to come on?
There it goes.
Guess I've got the touch.
Oh, Amelia's there. Hi, Amelia. We're doing Under the Sea. Now, I'm I'm done the inking.
Amelia's going to say, "Where's the Little Mermaid?"
Yeah, well, I don't have the mermaid transfer. That retired. We did have one. What you do when you're inking on fabric is you need to dry it before you heat set it. I know that sounds redundant. I'm just making sure my hands are clean. Let me move all the inks out of the way. But yeah, that's the way you need to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this off my ink mat. Can you grab that? And I'm going to use my heat gun. You guys can see part of it now, more of it. And I'm just going to dry it. I was saying, if it's something you're not planning on washing, you can use paste. I just know that our ink, once it's heat set, it's soft. And if you need to roll it, put it away, I wouldn't be worried about it cracking at all. I don't know how paste reacts with it being rolled up and stored. So, like I said, I'm just getting this so it's dry enough. There's still just a little bit of transfer. So, what do you think of the octopus, Amelia? Oh, thank you, Kristen. We'll have to see if they popped in to join my VIP group. I appreciate the support. Oh, probably sounds scratchy because of this.
You know what you could do?
What?
Let's get the retired transfer.
If we have one that's
Life's, what does that say?
Life's a Beach. We
Life's a
also
Beach.
have Life's Better at the beach, but that's
a good one.
I know, but I'm just trying to see. Okay, this is still just. Now, when you heat set fabric, you do it on the temperature of the iron for that particular fabric, and you have to iron it for 4 minutes. I have a heat press, which I can set the temperature, and I can do it for 30 seconds. So that makes it easier, a little faster. But this is blending inks like I did with paste. It's okay if it's tacky. You just don't want it transferring. Isn't it fun watching paint dry? Ink dry. And I'm just going to, yeah. Just real quick, I'll just heat set a part of it and then show you how the thing works. Because I did dry it enough that there's no transfer of ink. So I'm going to move I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I'm just going to move my heat press over. And like I said, I'm just going to heat set it, part of it, and then I'll show you how the hanging system works. I showed it in the beginning. So have you gone back to work yet, Kristen? Just checking the sound. Hopefully the sound's better. Hello, say hi, give me a wave when you come in. What is that? Something sticky got on here. I will have to, oh, I know what that is. Shoot, I will get it off. It's my glue. I had a little glue gun thing and I have a little accident on there now. Okay, so the way this works is this is magnetic. And you put your thread in, your twine in the hole. I can get the whole thing in, there it goes. And then you would tie a knot. I'm going to do it on this one. Hopefully I'm in frame. I'm going to tie a knot. And then you take, okay, there it goes. You take your, I did not tie these evenly. You take your banner and you center it. And you take the top part, and it's magnetic, and you do the same thing. I had some glue on my thing, so I'll get that out. And you do that to the bottom as well. Oh, I didn't measure the bottom. Okay, just made it. And that, let me go to a different angle. So hopefully you can see the full thing as I hold it up. Of course, he leaves when I need his height. But there it is at the starfish and the sea. And then I have my waves of water and my octopus. And then when I want to change it around, I just take this apart again and put a new banner in. Just get back to that. And so I can see my comments. Okay. Wednesday, Amelia starts her online stuff. Okay. Sound is better, good. Yeah, so yeah, this banner is really nice. And we do have smaller ones. This is the giant one. And I'm glad Amelia will be starting her school stuff. And you know I'm here. So if you don't have any questions right now, I'm just trying to get my glue. I have to put something on that to get my glue out. I'll probably heat it up again and clean it off. But I appreciate you coming out to join us. And I appreciate you referring people to my VIP page. And can't wait that we can see you in person again real soon, hopefully. We all miss you. So again, this is, I took the top off, and but it does hang. So this is our ink project, and I will finish heat setting it. Again, it's 4 minutes at the temperature that of whatever fabric you're using on the front and the back, unless you have a heat press, and then the heat press, it's 30 seconds at the temperature. So I appreciate everyone coming. I'll be going live every day this week, probably anywhere between 7 and 8 o'clock. So I hope you come back and join and give my love to everybody. Just seeing, yeah, she only has a couple hours a day, not so bad. Yeah, I know. I miss you, sweetheart. But you got to see Pop and I. Yay. Blowing you kisses. All right. You guys take care. See you soon, I hope. Bye-bye.